Is it Saturday night?
It's Saturday night.
It's Saturday night, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening and stuff like that. Hello to Brother Doug, Sister-in-law Shar. Good evening, folks. Hope you guys are doing good. Of course, I'll expect a call here in a little while to see what you're having for dinner.
Eli's here. It's almost time for that Charlie
Charlie
O'Clock
O'Clock
fellow.
Hi, Eli. You're right. Charlie O'Clock. Welcome. Saturday night. Steak sandwiches.
Miguel, what's up, Tom?
Miguel, good evening. Good evening. Steaky sandwiches. And I'm gonna make gonna bake the bread here in just a second. But how about
Ronald Reese.
Ronald? Ronald! Hey man, good evening. Old Guy's Kitchen Saturday night, and we are making steak sandwiches. Who requested this one, Mrs. Old Guy, please? Was this Steve? Gotta find out, because this is viewer requested.
Yes.
Yeah, I remembered.
Yes.
Is Steve? Well,
Yes.
doo-dah!
There you have it.
Good for me.
John's here.
John, good evening, good evening. I hope everybody has had a great week. It's been a good week for us. We're getting ready for the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. And I decided not to make this about Thanksgiving, this stream, you know. We're going to all get plenty of it, so.
Congrats on 400 subs from Eli and Natalie.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Natalie.
And
Welcome.
Here on her lunch break.
All right. Here on lunch break. Yes, thank you, Natalie. You know, I'm not going to celebrate yet. Thank you very much. But you know how YouTube is, and I don't know how the algorithms work, but it says one number one day and another number the next day and then another number another day. So I'm expecting it to kind of go up and down below 400 and maybe over a little bit for like the next week before they finally decide to leave it at 400 and whatever. But thank you. I am excited. It's nice to have some people pop on and get me closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. At least that's my next goal, so that I can do my crazy food. For those of you that do not know, I'm going to eat raw oysters with Vienna sausages and cover them with chocolate syrup and blue cheese dressing.
Lisa's here.
Lisa, good evening.
Hi, Tom and this is Old Guy. How are you doing, Steve?
We are doing good. We are doing good. As always, folks, I really want to break down what y'all having for your dinner. Steak sandwiches here, and here is the bread, the sandwich rolls that I made for us. They've got to go into the oven. So let me go ahead and move my table a little bit. Get these in the oven. Yes. All
Those will be good.
Yeah, they're going to be really good. Let's see here. Let's set that timer. Oh, come on now. We'll see how they're looking in 20 minutes, and I'll go from there. So tonight's steak, New York steak. I got this this nice New York. Let me try that back up. Okay, so I got this nice New York strip roast. So it's just a giant New York steak is basically it. And so I'm going to shave some steak off of this. The rest I'll just cut into regular steaks and deal with later. But so that's the steak for tonight. And of course, now who suggested the bacon bowls? I think that was Eli, wasn't it?
I'm looking. Hang on.
Okay, Eli, I'm wondering, did you suggest the bacon bowls with mac and cheese? I think that you did, but I don't remember for sure, so let us know. Mrs. Old Guy is searching her notes, but
Not seeing it.
we've been doing this for several weeks now, and there's a lot of requests that came in, so it's kind of hard to shuffle through the little book. So, but if it's not you, and it was somebody else and you're on, let us know. If it was, I'd like to keep it straight. I'm gonna wait to cook my bacon because I'd rather not do it with the bread in the oven. Oh, and speaking of bread in the oven, yep. Toss a little water in there, create a little bit of steam. Hopefully that'll give me a nice crispy crust. We will see. We will see. But I'm going to goof around for a little bit. Pretty simple prep on this one. Just got to slice up the steak. The asparagus. We saw these at the store. And they're like the largest as far as diameter asparagus that I've ever seen. They are giant compared to what we would normally get. And we tried some a couple of days ago. Really good, just like any other green asparagus. It's just really big. So we got some of that action happening here. All right, there, Mondo.
So Eli said that he don't remember either, and I'm not seeing it again. I don't know where he's seen it. Oh, right there. Yes, Eli did.
Okay, yes, it was Eli. It was you, brother. Okay, so that's two stones with one bird.
And Eli's having green chili, potato, beef stew, really hearty and really good.
That sounds delicious. I love green chilies, so.
John's having homemade beef stew and cornbread.
Yum. Beef stew is awesome. One of my favorite things.
Natalie's having an egg roll from the deli, sour cream and onion chips, and a Dr. Pepper.
Cool. Nice.
Joshua's here.
Joshua, good evening. Good evening. Folks was just telling me what they're having for dinner tonight. So now that you're here, it's your turn. Well, what are you having for dinner? And did Lisa tell us what she's having?
No,
No.
I didn't.
Your turn up there too, Lisa. Come on. Old guy wants to know. Old guy wants to know. We're having steak sandwiches and some asparagus and some macaroni and cheese in a bacon bowl. And I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to use actual elbow macaroni or if I wanted to use like the orzo pasta. For those of you that may not know what orzo is, it's pasta that's a little bit larger than a grain of rice. So, small, tiny pasta.
Eli said Chuck Norris once killed 2 stones with 1 bird.
I know he did. That's why I said it that way. He's Chuck Norris is a tough dude. What the heck?
Mask.
Oh, this mask. Got these, for the obvious reason. Grabbed it without really thinking about how small that is. That's like a bikini for my face, A little thong. It doesn't fit. That's why it was in my pocket. I suppose I should just toss it. Jeez. I'm glad that's all it was and nothing, embarrassing. Okay. Well, I suppose I should at least get this. Oh, there's Doug. Yes.
Hello?
Brother Doug calling in to let me know what they are having for their dinner tonight. And that's awesome. That is awesome. This old guy letting the doggies in.
Okie dokie.
And puppies are awake, I think. If they are,
Thank you very much.
we'll bring one out.
Bye. Roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, and beets.
Roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, and beets. Sounds delicious. I hope they're regular beets and not pickled beets, because, well, I mean, I guess if you like them.
Eli also said Chuck Norris also counted to infinity twice.
He's the man. His own shadow is afraid of him. All right. Oh, these are so big. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in some water. Trying to steam these would take forever. So, and I'm gonna make some dessert. Guess I should get that going, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit of chocolate pudding. That won out on the little survey I took. So, thank you, folks, for those of you that voted. Let's go ahead. Whoops! Wait a minute. Boy, I'm getting too far ahead of myself here. How about mixing in them dry ingredients?
Joshua said that he had steak and potatoes.
Steak and potatoes. That sounds delicious. Love steak.
You know,
Have
I
steak
said-
here.
When Chuck Norris gets in the water, he doesn't get wet. The water gets Chuck Norris.
And it doesn't go away. It's in all the water. You've probably been in water that's Norrised. Norrised water. Okay. Okay. I just kind of put that out of my way. Where's my whisk? Okay. Just whisk that together. Chocolate. Pour this
Crazy
out.
Dad's here.
Crazy Dad.
How's it going, guys?
Tim, how are you, sir? Hope all is well at your house. All right.
Going good here?
You know what? Forgot I wanted to add about a third cup of cream.
Lisa had a bowl of hot chicken and noodle soup and tuna on crackers.
Oh, that sounds all right.
Yep.
How about you, Mr. Crazy Dad, sir? What are you having for your dinner tonight?
Nate Wildman says hi, he says.
Wild man, good evening, Nate. Glad you guys are doing all right. Hope you had a decent week. All right, it's been a good week here. You know, nothing too major going on. Puppies are all healthy and doing very well. All right.
Eli wants to know, does anybody here follow Stale Cracker?
Stale Cracker. I've not heard of the channel. All right. So that's like a cup and 2/3 milk and third cup of cream. get this mixed in. Turn my heat down, boy. I found out a long time ago it's a bad idea to cook pudding on high. Usually doesn't turn out very well. All right. I'm excited about the bread. It rose beautifully, and they should be some really nice loaves for this sandwich. In fact, if they turn out big enough, one might make this a sandwich for both me and Mrs. Okai. Turned out really nice. I'm happy with that.
Yep.
So Tim, did I ask him what he was having for dinner?
Well, he just said, we
Okay.
had some, I just hadn't said it yet, it just popped up. We had some hot barbecue chip and chop and Swiss sandwiches with some crispy onion rings, and Nate had barbecue chicken tenders.
Nice. Nice.
And Eli said that you should check him out, OG. Cajun dude, big personality and really entertaining. He just made a green bean casserole I think I will make for Thanksgiving.
Cool. And one of the places I was at years back, they, as a side, they had green bean casserole as a regular side, and it was super popular. They made it all from scratch. So, woof, woof, woof. Crazy dog.
Going off in there.
Polly and Chumley, she's feeling really playful, and so her and Chumley have been kind of wrestling today, which is fun. The puppies are getting old enough now to where it's kind of like bringing out the playfulness in her, and Chumley's wanting to get in on the act too, but the pups need to be a little bit older yet before we can let Daddy play with them. I'm not exactly sure how even that's going to work. It's too cold to let them outside. Maybe we'll get lucky and catch a day that's going to be not super cold. All right. So, while that's doing that real quick, I'm going to get my eggs separated. I need 2 yolks. Last little bit. One. Little egg yolk separator there. All right.
Eli says the casserole is basically mac and cheese, but green beans instead of noodles. LOL, and he tops it off with crushed Ritz crackers. Stell Cracker is a fun channel.
Ah, cool. Yeah, well, this old guy, write that down and we'll check
I
him out.
did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Coming up on this here. It's going to be good. And it's cold enough outside that by the time we're ready for dessert, it should be pretty well chilled. In fact, I'm going to walk over here. Get a couple of bowls to pour it into. Shouldn't be long. Starting to smell the bread now.
Yep.
How much time do we got left? Well, less than 5 minutes.
Yay.
Good. I don't know that it'd be done. It's just a checking timer. Checking timer? That sounds like somebody's name. Alright. So, big Turkey Day plans coming up. How many people are having turkey on Thanksgiving? How many of you we're gonna have turkey, turkey, turkey. You know, some folks are turkey folks, some folks are ham folks, some folks are beef folks. You got folks that do both, turkey and ham.
Yep.
Gotta keep an eye on it. This will get away from me, and I don't want that. I hate scalded desserts. Doing good. Let that go for a second. I put my spoons. Where'd I put my spoons? Whew. Can't be without my spoons, guys.
Crazy Dad said that he just bought theirs today.
Nice.
And Joshua said that he's a ham guy, a ham person.
Yep. It's funny. It's not that I don't like turkey. I like turkey well enough, I suppose. But I would much rather have like a turkey sandwich than a turkey dinner. It just, I like ham better, but Mrs. Old Guy and I can't do hams anymore either. It's not that we can't eat it. It's just that we can't eat it all.
Yeah.
And I hate freezing stuff like that because it's never tastes very good afterwards. So, all right, almost done here. It's angry, so I gotta temper. All right. Get these big yolks in there. All right.
Lisa says that she's going over to Tim's house for Thanksgiving.
She's going where?
To Tim's house.
Ah. Well, yes, why not? Family. Okay. Give that about a minute to cook that yolk. That's a really nice thick pudding there, Toots.
Okay.
Plop in a little bit of butter. And some vanilla. Vanilla. A few years ago, some of you may remember, Budweiser had their Whatever USA thing going on, and they chose Crested Butte, Colorado, which isn't too far from here, to be the place that they whisk 1,000 people away. They picked 1,000 people at random and brought them to Colorado for this big party. And wow, it was really fun. They took the main street of Crested Butte. If you search online, I'm sure if you Google Whatever USA Crested Butte, you'll see what they did to the main street. They painted it blue. Everything was blue. They had a big stage set up at the end. Saw that one dude. What's his name? What was his name? Mrs. Old Guy had the ice cream truck.
Yeah, vanilla.
Vanilla ice, I think.
Vanilla ice,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Not my cup of tea, but we had kind of heard of him, so it was sort of fun watching him ride.
Starting out ice cream.
Yeah, watching him ride in on his ice cream truck, handing out little vanilla ice cream cones. All right.
So, Crazy Dad said, do you like turkey deep fried or smoked?
If I had my choice, I'd smoke it. But deep fried is good too, so.
Eli said, when you spell Chuck Norris in Scrabble, you automatically win, LOL. Sorry, I'm a Chuck Norris fan. Grew up watching him with my dad.
Yep, watching that. But, you know, Chuck is Chuck. That's for sure. But, geez, wasn't there one episode or one particular movie that Chuck wasn't so bad? Yeah. Got his butt kicked. Do you remember the movie where Chuck Norris loses? Huh? Here we go, Mrs. Old Guy. Can I have you set these outside, please?
Oh, I suppose.
Oh, thank you, thank you. All right. Dessert. Bang in the bag. Let's pull the bread out. My timer went off. Oh, look at that, guys. That is a beautiful sandwich loaf right there. Look at that. Yumma. They look really good.
Polly move.
Got a rack here. Get them off. Woohoo!
Really good.
Well, that went pretty good. They look great.
Yeah.
They smell amazing. I just love the smell of freshly baked bread. It just.
Eli says Chuck Norris never loses. He just lets the other guy think he won. Just kidding.
Well, he let him think he won pretty good then.
Crazy Dad asked, did you ever see Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee? Awesome, he asked Eli that.
That was the movie.
And Eli said, Crazy Dad show, yes. Chuck Norris is #2 martial artist in the world, only second to Bruce Lee. He's legit.
No, he ain't. No, Chuck stands alone. Bruce Lee be a DMF, so. And I'm sure y'all know what that means. I don't have to be any more descriptive than that. All right, let me get some water going for this pasta. I'm going to have to make my bacon bowls here. Where is my new... right there. I knew I just opened up salt. Let's turn it to seawater. Bang! Okay.
Eddie's here.
Hey, Ed.
Everyone.
Good evening, good evening. How are you doing down there tonight? Is it cold? Did you guys get a lot of snow? It's cold, but we didn't get really much in the way of snow. And I want to know what you're having for dinner too. We're gonna have steak sandwiches. Mac and cheese. Here's the bacon. There's the muffin tin that I'm gonna wrap these around. Yep. I guess you could probably hear that. The puppies just, you know, they play pretty rough. That's why it's kind of important to give them mama time, because mama teaches them.
Eddie said nothing too bad. It's all melted for the most part.
Oh, that's good. Try and form a bacon bowl here somehow that won't just fall apart when it bakes.
Eli said we had some snow here once. Then I woke up, fell off.
Eli,
Here, Polly, hang on.
she need water?
Yes, like badly.
Okay. Gotta fill doggy's water bowl. She drinks a lot of water.
Yes, she does. And Chumley toured it, so she was drinking nasty water.
Okay. Water for the doggy.
Thank you much.
Yep.
Come here, Polly.
Okay.
There you go. There it goes.
I don't know how well that's gonna work.
There it goes.
I'm not convinced that that wrap job is a good one, so let's see what else I can do here. I want a perfect bowl. I don't want any little cracks or anything else. Of course, this is bacon and not spackle or porcelain.
Eli said I did an open mic night once just to cross it off my bucket list.
Good for you, man. And did it turn out good? Are you glad you did it? All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. I think it might work better if I go 2 this way. Get a full one to go around. Luckily, I don't have to make many, just 2. Guess if I go that way, I cover that really well. All right. I'm just making it up as I go along. It's your world, Eli. I'm trying to live in it. All right. Smooth that over a little bit.
Edward Hannah? Is it here?
Good evening, Edward. Welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen. Saturday night. I saw you over at Val's stream, so thank you very much for the sub and for visiting me. Saturday night, my live stream, I cook what my viewers have requested, and tonight it's steak sandwiches and bacon bowls with mac and cheese. So
He said he thought he'd stop by because the menu sounded amazing.
oh, well, thank you. There's the the bacon bowls in. Here are the loaves of bread, or the sandwich bread that just came out of the oven, like what, maybe 3-4 minutes ago, something
Yeah,
like that.
not long.
You know, rinse this grease off my hands here. All right. I'm gonna just put this away.
Eli said, yes, it was good. I'm not too bad at writing jokes. I have some decent impressions, but doing it in front of a crowd is a whole nother animal.
It sure is, buddy. I need this cutting board.
Edward said, "Hi, thanks for having me."
Oh, you are welcome anytime. Just so you know, a little like Trippy Foods channel. Try to keep it as family friendly as I can. So, you know, if we could not swear and things like that, we were probably going to be all right. So, that's about the only real rules I got. Okay, so here's the steak. Like I said, this is just like one nice, giant New York strip steak. Okay, and that's what I'm going to be shaving. Ultra thin here for these steak sandwiches. I guarantee you, this you almost shaved with this thing, so it's going to allow me to get this really super thin. Oh, I can just feel it. That's going to be nice. That's going to be really nice. Okay. Take 1 second here. Check the other half of what I'm doing. The slicing and dicing. That'll wait. This mac and cheese, or this elbow mac. Yeah. I don't care if it's done a little bit ahead of time because I'm going to have to put the whole thing back in the oven anyway. So just enough to fill 2 of them baking bowls. I'm not looking to make a whole bunch here. I've done that on some previous live streams. Made a little too much of something. And although it be very good, yikes, it's still going to take longer to eat than it'll stay good. So I'm trying to cut down on our portions here. Woof, woof. Down, down, woof. It won't go down. Okay. I'm going to continue to slice this out. Probably try to get about half a pound, maybe a little more. Trim this piece of fat. Ooh. Delicious. Okay. Get that out of my way a little bit. I can just feel that it's slicing up really nice. I'm not trying to make like a Philly. I'm just making a steak sandwich. So, but I will be putting in some cheddar and some Swiss into the mix. Oh yeah, look at that. Just paper thin, beautiful. It's gonna make a really nice sandwich.
Eli says, "I bet you were disappointed that you didn't get to try Val's fish tacos, huh?"
Oh yeah, boy. Fermented shark. No, thanks. If I tried to open or do something like that here, Mrs. Old Guy would. Well, let's just say I wouldn't want to deal with it. She changes. I'm so serious. From Mrs. Old Guy, and she kind of, crank her neck a little bit and hunch up her back, and these like big razor bones come out, and she turns into Wifezilla. I don't like Wifezilla. She feeds on children and husbands. So I do all I can, Mrs. Old Guy, to keep her happy.
Funny. Edward Hanna says having a very sharp knife does help with this job.
Oh yeah.
Crazy Dad says congrats on 400 subs.
Thank you, Tim. I do appreciate that. I do expect to see that number kind of fluctuate a little bit over the next week or so, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really happy. I'm glad to know that there's a whole 400 people out there that actually think I'm worth watching. So, what have I got here? Not quite. Little bit more. I could pull out my scale and I bet you I could get it to within a couple of grams.
Edward says, "Oh, what a good guy."
I try.
And Eli says, "What do you use to sharpen your knife?"
Just use a. Where did I put it? Just your basic. Oh, where the hell is it? I don't know where I put it. Must have tossed it in the sink. Just your basic steel. That's pretty much it. What have I got here? That's pretty close to my half a pound. Let me get this over here. Little cling wrap. It clings to itself. You ever notice that? Want to use some cling wrap and it clings to itself more than it does anything else? Tomorrow I'll be making Mrs. Old Guy and I another steak sandwich, and I'll probably cut a couple steaks out of what's left of this. Come on.
Lisa says, "We like you, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy. Thank you for your show."
Thank you too. Who said that?
Lisa.
Lisa. Well, thank you, Lisa. We appreciate that very much. I enjoy doing it. I like I say at the end of my stream, this is really truly something that Mrs. Old Guy and I look forward to doing every Saturday. It certainly changes up the boring routine of what we have for dinner. And we've had a few things that we've never had before, and that's why really we like doing this. It's just to bring that variety in. And of course we like having you folks come and visit too, so I was at Putz and I forgot to buy a green pepper for our steak sandwiches, but luckily it's not a total loss. We have onion, so I don't want to get that going yet. I'll be checking the bacon. My guess is it's going to take about 30 minutes. We'll see for that bacon to crisp up correctly. I don't want a soggy, limp bacon bowl. Not only is it going to be really fatty, but it's not going to be a nice texture with the mac and cheese. Chewy, rubbery fatty bacon. I'd much rather have it nice and crispy. Get rid of that piece. Well,
Lisa says that works.
I'm really glad that the bears are. Oh boy. Let me take a peek. Yeah, that's what I thought. I might have to redo this, Mrs. Old Guy.
Why?
Well, because I didn't use the toothpicks that I put out on the table right there to keep that bacon from doing exactly what it's doing.
And what is it?
What is that? Well, here. How's about if I showed you? One of them's okay. This one totally just kind of went.
Shrink.
Whoop.
Fallen.
That's okay. It's not a total loss or anything. I can still eat the bacon.
Okay. Edward asked, do you have Panera Bread in your area?
There are Panera Bread here, but we live in an area that has we live in a town that has maybe 60 houses, and there's the closest even little homespun grocery store is a 9-mile drive, so there's nothing local.
Eli said that food truck pizza you had looked really good.
Oh man,
It was amazing.
it was
good.
really, really good pizza. I was talking to the guy. He's only been at it a few months, and he said that he's just going to stay, I guess, as a food truck instead of moving into a brick and mortar location. He said then he's got the overhead and he's got employees and everything else where he does just fine.
Yeah.
What he's doing. So, and I've never seen a wood-fired pizza on a food truck. So,
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Eli said that means just more bacon to snack on, a win-win.
yep. I'm just gonna start over.
Edward says
On this
Panera
one.
Bread once had a good steak and arugula sandwich.
Arugula.
Arugula. Yep. That word.
Arugula sounds like a horn. All right, let me try this again. Go at this one a different way. I know it's the knife I cut the onion with, but I'm the one that'll live with it, I suppose.
It's all going in the same thing,
Yep. Okay. Wrap that again. This one will just have to cook a little bit longer than the other one. Nope. Let's not step right back where I was.
Edward said and red onions on that sandwich.
Ah, yes, red onions. Yum. I don't know why they call them red onions. They're not red, they're purple. Okay.
Pickled red onions.
Pickled. Pickled onions are good.
Never tried one, I don't think.
I don't think I've tried pickled red onion, but I've tried those little cocktail pickles or onions.
That come in
Pickled.
a jar.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever tried those or not. I don't remember it.
Okay. Well, I don't want to reach in that box with my bacon fingers. Trying to think ahead of things. Like putting really bacony, greasy fingers in my box of toothpicks.
Yeah. That wouldn't be good.
No. Okay. It looks like that one. Let's see here. We'll see. I don't know. I'll put it back. And like Eli said, if nothing else, if I have extra bacon and if the bowl fails, then that's okay too. I'll just put the mac and cheese into a dish and I'll crumble bacon on the top of it. This is a total win-win situation, no matter what. So.
Eli said the other day he made some Cletus rice. He forgot he had it on the stove. Extra crispy.
An oh no? Is that an oh no moment? All right. Drain the pasta. And I'll get a little cheese put in it. Yum. Right there. So cut it open. And bowl. Just a little bit of flour. If you're gonna melt cheese into something like this, it's always a good idea to dust it. Flour works great. Cornstarch works good. Other starches will work all right. But it helps keep the cheese from getting gritty almost and turning like into little curd balls. It's not going to take a ton of this for the mac and cheese. Do a little bit of both in the sandwich and in the mac and cheese itself. So, got add a little cheddar to that. I mean, a little Swiss. Add a little cheddar. Got a nice big honk of Swiss here. Not a ton. Add a little bit. Looking good. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Let's get it dusted up with that flour.
Eli said, okay, last one. Chuck Norris tears cure cancer. Too bad he's never cried. Chuck Norris tears cure cancer.
Oh, too bad that he's never cried yet.
Yeah.
No. Too bad. Yeah, it's just that's a crying shame. All right. Finish off this mac and cheese. I'll leave that out in case I want more. Wait till it gets hot. Hey, did you hear that? Ring the bell and win a prize. Yes. I'm going to turn that convection feature of my oven on so that maybe it'll crisp that bacon a little bit quicker. Waiting for the milk to get hot enough to melt this cheese. I don't want to dump it in when it's too cold. Melts better if you wait. Wait till it's hot. Steak for our menu on Thanksgiving, if I didn't already mention it to you, or if you weren't here. I'm not really sure what side dishes, but steak is definitely on the menu. A couple of years ago, we got a prime rib for Thanksgiving, and it was great. It was a good Thanksgiving dinner. It was totally delicious, but we got way too much of a good thing, and by the end of that week, I was just sick of eating prime rib. So that's why I figured I'm just going to go with steaks this time. A one-time thing, pretty much. I'm going to add just a little more milk. Thin it out a tad bit. Okay. Looks all right. Set that aside. I will grab it again if I need it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Get a couple of these things out of my way, at least temporarily. Don't go too far, cheese. I still need you. Same thing with you, Mr. Grater. Got some Country Bob's all-purpose steak sauce. Because I ran out of A1. I didn't realize my bottle was empty. How many of you use A1 steak sauce? Or are you a fan of Heinz 57? Or either? Some of y'all just put ketchup on steak. Shame, shame.
You know, he says, I make an OG stuffing, stale crackers casserole for Thanksgiving. Just don't care about the main, or just don't know about the main yet. We are over the whole turkey thing.
Yeah. I hear you. Same thing here. Turkey's okay, but get this onion sliced up. All right. Oh, that looks pretty good. Just a nice little rough cut. It's probably enough. Let's give the wheel a spin.
Your nephew, Eva, or Eddie, likes them both, and Lisa likes them all. Steak sauces.
Oh, good. Well, they are pretty tasty. And this Bob's doesn't taste like either one.
But it
Okay.
should.
Yeah, it's okay. Here we go. Empty. Empty.
Well, it's
This-
getting kind of
It is. We want it pretty much emptied. What came up here? Eli. Pot stickers. Pot stickers. So that'll be coming up a week after next, Eli. Pot stickers. We'll see how that goes. You got 2 of them pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
But then again, the mac and cheese bowls were pretty much like a side dish or an appetizer, so it easily went with a dinner.
Crazy Dad said A1 for them.
Awesome. Yeah, A1. Good stuff, that A1. Have you ever noticed what it says on a bottle of A1? Steak sauce since 1862. So who thought in the middle of a civil war, you know, what we need is a good steak sauce?
Edward Hannah says, oh, pot stickers, yum.
Mm-hmm.
And
And go ahead.
Eli says, nice, love me some pot stickers.
Oh yeah, and just like everything else, it'll be from scratch. So that will be coming. And Edward, that's something. You know, if you've got a dinner suggestion, go ahead and mention it. Mrs. Old Guy will write it down. We will do most things. Some things we just can't or won't do just because of cost. But so far I haven't had to turn down a request. So feel free to make a couple. Do we got a puppy awake, Mrs. Old Guy? No. One. Two.
Both males.
Okay. She's gonna bring a puppy. Oh goodness. Hey guy. Here you go, folks. Isn't he a cute little thing? Yes, he's got a brindle spot on one ear and just a couple of little tiny little dots of color. Pretty guy. Yes, look at that. Cute little dude. Yes. Okay.
Come on, you.
Okay. Off he goes. Cute little guy. Okay. I suppose I should take a peek at that mac and cheese bowl. Might have to dig. Jeez.
Edward Hannah says, okay, I'll think about it for suggestions.
Awesome.
Eli says, it's impossible to hold a puppy and not be happy.
Yeah, I know, huh? They're cute little guys.
And Lisa wants to know, what is a pot sticker?
What is a pot sticker? It is kind of like an Asian dumpling. You make a dough, usually with just flour and water, maybe a pinch of salt, rolled out, and you fill that with, pot stickers can be filled with a world of things. I'll probably make mine pork, pork, maybe beef, but you'll mix in some Asian type spices like maybe some soy sauce, some ginger, a little garlic, some green onion, maybe some finely slivered cabbage, and you kind of make a little pocket, sort of like a half moon shape that's flat on the bottom. And how they're usually done is almost like twice fried. Put them in a pan on one side, you fry them up, then you cover them, or pour a little water in and cover it and let them steam for a couple of minutes. And after they steam, then you can eat them then, or if you want, you can kind of flip them over and crisp it up again. So pot stickers, they're good stuff. And like I said, you can make them pretty much however you like. Okay, how are we doing, Mrs. Old Guy? You okay?
Okay, yep.
Good. Are you going to eat a whole sandwich?
No, I'm not.
I probably not either. I'm hungry, but I don't think I'm hungry enough to eat a sandwich quite that big. On top of the bacon. And that's pretty much all I'm waiting for now. I want this bacon to be a little bit closer to done. The mac and cheese I can hit on the warm up. I was going to put it in the oven, but I changed my mind just because of the questionable stability of bacon bowls. Oh gosh. But that puppy,
What?
that puppy got put back?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Okay. I just wondered.
Oh, yep.
Okay. Go.
Lisa says, okay, sounds good. Crazy Dad said, my mom loves cheese a lot. So much, one time she forgot and ate a whole block and was sick for a day or two. She is a cheese connoisseur. I never met anyone that loves cheese that much.
So you like your cheese, do you, Lisa? I like it too. Now that I know that I can pick up fresh raw milk, I'm going to start exploring the world of some hard cheeses and whatnot. Cold weather might be a good time to do that, so I don't know. Something I'm going to check into.
He says, okay, kid, you got me, LOL. And yes.
Well, I bet you could get Tim on a few gotcha too, so better watch out there, Tim. Don't forget she knows you too. Okay, just set that aside. Here's my cheese ready to rock. Don't need my shredder no more.
Crazy Dad said, just picking with you. Eli says, it's a freezing 69 degrees there right now. And your nephew Ed says, nice, making homemade cheese is at a different level.
Yeah, well, so far I've had pretty good luck with the soft cheeses. The mozzarella turned out pretty good, and although it wasn't on a string, I made a really nice ricotta. So as easy as those are, and I've also made mascarpone cheese. As easy as it's been to make those, the only thing that's really stopping me from trying a hard cheese is a decent mold to do so. And once I get that taken care of, then I'll start making some. You don't need a whole lot of equipment, luckily. I mean, I could use some pretty much household utensils and make a cheese press, a cheese out of it, but it'll just have to wait. At least for now.
Lisa says, oh yes, big time. Well, something you said. And Crazy Dad said 32 degrees there in Ohio.
32 now. Yeah, it got to 9 degrees here last night, and it's supposed to get just about as cold again tonight. So, yeah, pretty chilly. Pretty chilly. We put a little heater down in our basement, just to make sure that our pipes don't freeze.
Yep.
Luckily, it's a small house, and the area that has plumbing to it is just limited to one small area of the house, so it's easy to keep watch on that.
I smell bacon.
I'm going to have to perfect this bacon bowl thing. I don't think this is going to come out too good.
Uh-oh. Crumble it on top.
Or it'd still be crispy bacon. I can still slop the mac and cheese on top of it.
Yep.
Maybe.
Eli says his grandma makes some really good cheese. It's a dying art as far as on a household level.
Yep. Yeah, there's lots of small artisan cheese places. Yeah, but not a lot of people make their own anymore.
And Edward Hanna says, That's how cold it was in Chicago too.
Is that where you're from? The Chicago area?
Did you get a lot of snow?
I've been to Chicago.
No, they didn't get snow.
I've been to Chicago once, many years ago, and it was just a layover at the bus station, the Greyhound bus station, wherever that is. Going back to Colorado. 2-hour layover from 2 in the morning to 4 in the morning. So that's my knowledge of Chicago.
I don't think I've ever been there.
All right, let's see how it looks now. It's this first one that I'm checking. Still got a part that's still a little uncooked, a little bit rubbery. Rubbery. But I may not be able to pull it out fully cooked either, without risking burning the part that's already getting pretty crisp. So we'll see. I'll pull that first one out. The second mac and cheese bowl looks like it's going to hold together a little better than the first one did.
Cool.
So, hey.
Eli says taking a Greyhound is an adventure. LOL.
No kidding. I was being cheap because when I got out of the military, they gave me X amount of money for travel pay to go home, and I could have spent almost all of it and took an airplane, right, and been home maybe later that day. But instead, I was a cheapskate, and I went down and I bought a bus ticket, and I took a bus from Philadelphia all the way to Denver, and it took 3 days, and it was miserable. I regretted doing it.
Edward Hanna says around the Chicago area, and they had their first snowstorm earlier in the week.
Ah, okay. We got some snow about a week ago?
Yep.
But it's mostly melted now. But we're expecting more.
Crazy Dad says, you ever seen where they put maggots in old cheese? I
Yeah.
guess for flavor.
Yep.
I can't remember what country it was in, but it was nasty.
Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. Val over at Trippy Foods, that's on his bucket list of things to try. All right, well, turn it this way. Might fall apart more, but it'd be nice to get the inside of that bowl cooked a little bit. Hey, it's all an experiment. I've not made bacon bowls before.
No.
Now I've made bacon taco shells for breakfast tacos. Those were amazing.
They were good.
Oh yeah, they were great. Little scrambled egg, pico de gallo. What else did we put on there? I put potatoes on mine.
Yep.
Some cheese. Man, they were great.
Lisa says, hey Tom and Mrs. Old Guy, I gotta go. My mom is getting sick, so see you next week from Lisa. Have a good week, Lisa.
Have a good week. Hope your mom feels better. Thank you for coming in.
Your nephew Ed says, ha ha, did you end up saving money?
Did I end up saving money on what?
That bus ticket.
I did.
Taking a
I
bus.
saved. As a matter of fact, I probably came home with more than I left. I probably arrived in Denver with more than I left with. There was some guy on the bus that wanted to play poker, so we played poker probably across 3 states. And I was on a lucky streak. And, by the time we were stopping in Kansas, I was eating a steak. So yeah, it was worth doing. It just took forever to do it, and I'd probably never do it again. Nope.
Came from Florida on the bus too one time.
Did you?
Yeah, that was a long trip too.
I can imagine. All right. Pull out a little butter here. We're getting close to eating, I think.
I hope. I'm always hungry.
Well, yeah, I know. Saturday nights are always a late dinner for us. We normally chow food at around 4 or 4:30. An early dinner, mostly because I've got some esophagus issues, and it's better for me if I eat earlier in the evening. But now that I'm on puppy watch, it really doesn't matter because I'll be up at 2 o'clock in the morning feeding hungry puppies. So
Ed says, "Ha ha, awesome, good story."
Got some crazy ones.
Eli says nothing like a good greyhound poker steak.
Hey, no. I just got lucky on the first few hands, and then I just kept playing with the money I won from him, and it never went down. It just kept building up. Started with pocket change.
Edward Hanna wants to know, where do you folks have Thanksgiving?
We're gonna have it right here. Mrs. Old Guy and I. All the kids are grown and moved on. One still lives fairly local, so one of our sons will be here, and a neighbor is going to come over, and the four of us will sit down and have a steak. And yeah, we're not going. I'm not going anywhere. There once was a time where I might have gone to a restaurant or made a big, huge dinner. Not anymore.
He says, awesome.
Not anymore. All right. I'm going to get some food going here.
Okay.
Thank you. I know it's about time. I'm hungry. All right, a little more onion in there. Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, having owned a pizzeria, that pizza that we had at that food truck the other day was just outstanding. It really, really was.
Yeah, it was. Eli says, will Joe and Polly have a Thanksgiving dinner?
Yep. Yep, they sure will. It's called dog food. They might get a little bit of scrap. You know, I might cut a piece of steak for them. You know, we'll see. But I'm not gonna make them a plate or anything.
Or they might have chicken in their food.
Yeah, might get some chicken. Just so you folks know, we normally augment our dogs' food with protein of some sort, like chicken, turkey, beef if it's fairly lean. All right. I want to look at that bacon bowl, but I know it's just not going to be done. Let's see. Well, actually, I guess that's going to be close enough on that one. Starting to get some crispy ends, some burnt ends, and I don't want that. So there's that one. It sort of has a bowl shape.
Snackhead Cowboys there? What are you
Hey,
cooking, old
Jack,
Jack?
how are you, man?
He wants to know what you're cooking.
I'm cooking steak sandwiches and making mac and cheese in a bacon bowl, and that's what I was just attempting to pull out. Was one of the bacon bowls, and it has a bowl kind of shape to it. So.
Crazy Dad says, we have a guy in the park called Hustle Man. He sells chitlin loaves for Thanksgiving. Uncle says, don't eat any of his bits.
I promise. So I've got some onions browning up in a pan here. Then I add a little salt and pepper, and I got some steak that I shaved very thinly. Polly, you're always in the wrong place at the wrong time there, little girl. Yeah, she wants to learn how to make steak sandwiches. You guys can't see her, she's too low to the ground. Where is my pepper?
Snackhead says that he's good, just DJ'd at a local bar, and now I'm making myself a fish finger buddy.
Oh, nice.
Sounds delicious. Can't go wrong with steak.
No, sir. Salt, pepper on there. Let that saute for another minute or so, then I'll throw the beef in. Where's the beef? It's right there. What's the beef? Beef. Steak. Chumley the Wonder Dog. Do you smell them onions? Come here.
Just smelling your pudding outside.
Come here. Come up and say hi. Come up and say hi. Come on. Guess not. Guess he doesn't want to come up and say hi.
There's little mama in there too. They think they're going to get bacon because they smell it cooking.
That's yes, they do. And I understand why they think that, because in the mornings, I know I shouldn't, but I give them, if I'm having bacon, I will give them each half of a slice of bacon. So, a little treat. Oh yes. Gotta watch what I'm doing here just for a second, guys. Try to get this meat separated out a little bit. All right. Thin slices. Cook really quick. All right. What do I do with my pot holder? There it is. All right. I think what I'm going to do here, let's shut the oven off. A couple more paper towels. I'm going to see if I can get the bottom of this thing to crisp up just a little bit in the microwave. I don't necessarily like microwaving bacon, but
Edward says they sound amazing.
That's better.
Or Joshua says, I bet it smells delicious.
Oh yeah, it smells great in here right now. Bacon and bread and beef, onions. Get rid of that bacon fat before I do something with this. Woo! There we go. I got the bottom. Okay. We've got the semblance of 2 mac and cheese bowls.
Okay.
All right. Steak is smelling really, really good. Let's get some pepper in it. And a little more salt. Here in a second, I'll add the cheese and some of that steak sauce.
Crazy Dad said, Wild Man wants to know if he ever had to eat a Lifebuoy sandwich. He had to eat plenty when he was a young boy.
I don't. You're gonna have to tell me what's in it, Uncle.
Eli says, I
It
think this,
might be called different things, different places. Go ahead. Sorry.
Eli says, I think this year I will continue the tradition started of going camping for New Year's. Just me and the coyotes, really peaceful. I'm done with parties.
Yeah. I don't blame you there, Eli. I don't. All right. I guess that'll be all right. That's creamy enough.
A Lifebuoy sandwich. I've never heard of it.
No, I'm not either. That's why I'm wondering what's in it, because it may be called something else somewhere else.
Yep.
Let that cool down. I'll give you the nice one.
It don't matter.
You always say that. Okay. Cut some bread. Got all my burners off. We are coming into the home stretch, guys. Let's check out. We'll check out together how well this bread turned out. Ready? It's going to be kind of shadowy for you. Oh, look at that. Beauty.
That looks good.
Beauty, beauty, beauty. Soft, tender, just like me.
Eli says, what is your favorite kind of bread? OG.
My favorite kind of bread?
Yep.
Oh boy. Gosh, you know, see, when it comes to favorite kinds of things, it's really hard for me to pick because it really depends on what situation. But I guess if I had to pick an overall bread, it would be just French shore baguette and French loaf.
Crazy Dad said, when you wasn't a good boy, your mom would put Lifebuoy brand soap in your mouth.
Oh, okay. The Lifebuoy sandwich.
And Edward Hanna wants to know, do we have good Chinese takeout around us?
Edward, just there is really nothing around at where we live. It's at least a 50-mile drive. That said, there is one place that's fairly decent. There's a couple Chinese places, but one is clearly better than the other if you were to go there and eat.
Edward says, bread. And Eli says, I love me some good sourdough or French bread.
Yep. Well, that's what I mean. I love rye bread. I love, it just kind of depends on what we're using it for. All right, let's dump on a bunch of this sauce.
There we go. You don't get that dinner. Sorry.
All right, before I cut this in half, I'll come over and I'll show you guys. That beautiful steak sandwich. Mm-hmm. The only thing I wish I would have remembered is the green pepper.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think this is exactly what the doctor ordered. Get it cut in half. Okay. Half there.
Edward Hanna says, looks amazing. Crazy Dad says, now that is a sandwich.
And we'll get this mac and cheese. A little overflowing, that's okay.
Should be good.
I think so. And the bowls ended getting crispy enough.
Eli says, green pepper would have been a chef's kiss. And Edward says, almost a work of art minus the peppers.
Almost that work of art. Let me see here. Get you a little salt on those.
Thank you.
A little salt on your mac and cheese. Just a dash of pepper there for you. Okay, guys. Steak sandwich, mac and cheese in a bacon bowl. There's your bacon bowl. And freshly cooked asparagus. Dinner is served. There you go, Mrs. Olga.
Thank you.
Oh, you might need a fork or something, huh?
Bye.
Guess I'll get you one.
Thank you.
I'll get one for me too. How about that?
Okay.
Here it comes, folks. My favorite time. When I get to sit down and eat. And don't forget, we got that chocolate pudding coming up here shortly for dessert. And I've got a nice little topping to go on that. I'll share that with you guys. Wow. Okay. There's that asparagus. And oh, come on. All right, a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt.
Dogs are chasing the cat.
The poor cat. You know, you think she'd learn. They chase her when she meows. And you'd think she'd learn after a while not to meow that way, and she wouldn't get chased.
Eli says, now that's a dinner.
Okay.
And Edward Hanna says, wow, that turned out really good. Do you have Instagram?
I don't. I don't really know enough about Instagram. What is it really? I don't even know. I know some kind of social media, but I'm gonna take a bite of this mac and cheese bacon.
That's good.
Oh, hell yeah. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. That's really good. All right, let's dig down on this sandwich.
That's
Oh,
delicious.
heck yeah. Mm. Yeah. That meat is just melt in your mouth, tender. Mm. Cheese and onion just kind of fit like a glove.
Edward said that you should post your post photos of your dinners on there, on Instagram.
I'll check it out. I I started myself a TikTok account, and I uploaded 3 videos that were under that 10-minute time limit that they have, and it didn't upload the sound with it, and then I got 0 watches. So I guess I don't know enough about it to know that I don't know enough about it. Oh man, it's super juicy. That steak sauce has a kind of a sweetness to it. It's actually going along really well.
It's delicious. Very good.
Oh yeah. Well, now's a good time. If you got questions for old guy, this is a great time to ask.
Eli said Instagram is like Facebook, geared for photos and hashtags. It fits well for posting food.
Okay.
And Edward says it's mostly photos on Instagram, and you can post 15-second stories, and you can live stream too.
Okay. I wonder if it'd be possible to stream simultaneously on YouTube and Instagram. Now, do you know? Is that something I could do? I'd really like to try that. Yummy asparagus.
Yeah, everything's really good.
It is. The bread has got that nice crust on the outside. I'm so happy. I want to give myself a hug. Oh. Nice job. Where did I put my drink? Why it's down there, I don't know. But thrashed apple. In case you're wondering.
Eli says yes, you can stream on both. I'll be the first to follow.
So you can stream both at the same time?
And Edward says, I think you can, but YouTube is probably the better option to live stream, I think. And then he asked Eli about thoughts.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about any of it. Heck, there was a lot I didn't know about YouTube until after I made about a dozen posts or more. Or uploads, I guess. By the way, if any of you are close enough and may be interested in one of our puppies, they will be ready for new homes the week of Christmas. So if you're not too far from us, then by that I would mean more than like a 10-hour drive. Around a 10-hour drive. And you'd be interested in purchasing a puppy, just let us know.
Crazy Dad says, have you ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin? It's a good classic. I watch it every Thanksgiving.
I haven't seen it all the way through. I've only seen parts of it. I'll have to see if I can find that and watch it this. If it's a Thanksgiving one that you like to watch, Tim, then I'm going to try it. But you need to see if you can find Alice's Restaurant. I'm not talking the song, I'm talking the movie. Oh, man.
Eli says to Edward, I agree, but OG should definitely get an IG to at least post his food. Val is on there too, so that would help to tag OG.
There's the last bite of that mac and cheese bowl. Man, I want another one. That was really, really good. That was a great idea, Eli.
Edward agrees with Eli. Posting meals on Instagram is a good idea.
Well, I'll definitely check it out and, just kind of see what's what. I was pretty disappointed with the results of my TikTok account. But, yeah, I'll check it out. I can't make any promises. Sometimes I have a hard time even keeping up with YouTube.
Crazy Dad said that he'll remember that and he'll see if he can find it.
That would be cool. Okay. Almost dessert. I'm thinking about that chocolate pudding now.
Hopefully the cat didn't try it when she was out there.
Cat tracks in my pudding. That's it. Sounds like an old country song. I got cat tracks in my pudding. Old Roy Rogers song.
Edward says TikTok is a whole nother beast, and I sort of stopped going on there.
A lot of the social media, I don't understand how it works,
Yeah.
what its purpose is.
Crazy Dad said another good movie for Thanksgiving is one called Dutch with Ed O'Neill, aka Al Bundy, where
Yeah.
he is trying to make it home with a bratty kid for Thanksgiving.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. This old guy will write it down, and we'll see if we can find it. Absolutely. Oh, man. Bacon and cheese. They live together. Oh, man.
Edward says I still watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Same here. I look forward to it. And I was a little angry last year that, what was it, I think Apple purchased the rights for the Charlie Brown holiday episodes. And now it's really super hard to find unless you got an Apple account, and then you can watch That's really aggravating. As far as I'm concerned, that kind of program that's been around as long as it has should be just be given public domain and let anybody have it or copy it or use it. That's just me.
Eli said told Edward that yeah, he agrees TikTok is more of a younger kids with really short attention spans. It is basically the newer version of Facebook. And
Okay.
Edward said he agrees with that completely.
Well, like I said, I can kind of hardly keep up with what I'm doing with YouTube. Get alone trying to keep posts and track of stuff on another account. I tried that with Twitter. That didn't work at all. One sec there, guys.
Edward said, yeah, the whole Apple deal was a ripoff.
I forgot one little thing. Love you, baby.
Love you too,
I like to give Mrs. Old Guy a kiss when we eat dinner, or anything for that matter. And I'll say happy food, happy dinner, whatever it is. Like happy chocolate pudding for dessert. It's almost like the Bob Ross of food. Happy this and happy that. Set them on the table.
Cat tracks in your pudding.
I've got cat tracks in my pudding.
No, that's just shit.
Cool. Puddings is ready to go.
Sorry, Polly.
Can't let this piece of bacon go uneaten.
Edward says, oh, you're a good guy for real.
I try to be.
Eli says IG short for Instagram.
Okay. So we got this here chocolate pudding. And last night I made Miss Old Guy and I some puff pastry, and I made a really nice double chocolate whipped cream. So I'm going to make us a nice little dessert here.
Hannah says, I make bacon in his air fryer and it comes out nicely.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Have yet to get an air fryer. Maybe that's something we'll do this year. Okay. That looks good. Show these folks the dessert.
John says he's getting ready to go goat something.
Little dessert with chocolate whipped cream. Chocolate pudding.
Yum.
Yum yum. All right. Here you go, Mrs. O'Day.
Eli says, I like when you finish early. The talking time with OG is always fun.
Well, thank you, Eli. I appreciate that. I really enjoy talking with you guys. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, chocolate pudding with the double chocolate whipped cream. Man.
Now you're
simple things, right? This is a chocolate delight. Yum. Yeah, that is really smooth and creamy.
Eli says some crushed nuts on that pudding would be amazing.
So what'd you say?
Crushed nuts on the pudding would be
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Oh, you bet. In just about any kind. I don't think I'd put almonds just because they can be a little chewy. But yeah, some crispy almonds like cashews or peanuts or walnuts, macadamia, just about any of the others. Or even a ground nut mix. That'd be really good. Absolutely.
Edward Hannah says crushed Oreos, perhaps.
Oh yeah. Crushed Oreos would be a great idea. See, that's the thing. About food that's so fun is there's never-ending variety of what you can do with stuff.
Yep.
Now, I will say that it's difficult to actually come up with something new, something that's never been done. There's a lot of people, and people have been around for a long time, so it's really hard to find something that nobody else has done. But when it comes to food, making your own discoveries is kind of where it's at, right?
Eli says make macadamia nuts would be so good.
Got a good sized bag of macadamia nuts we should do something with. Got all kinds of nuts, as a matter of fact. Got hooked up from a buddy. Pistachios, macadamia, pecans, walnuts. I can't remember what other almonds,
You don't get my pudding, sorry.
peanuts. He really hooked us up. I'm talking like 20 pounds of pistachios. Man. So I tossed them in the freezer, and they're going to keep just fine. That was really amazing. We got another one awake?
Yeah, they're all awake because little sister keeps.
Biting everybody? Grab sister.
Come here, you hungry little thing.
Come here, little baby. This is the smallest one. A little female. And she's just been a little terror today. She's just been a little terror. Say hi to the people. Crazy, terrible little girl. Biting your brothers and sisters.
Biting at their tails and stuff.
Biting their tails. Oh, let me just show her. She's got one spot on her back, just like her daddy. The only thing she doesn't have is the brindle spots on her face, like Daddy does. She's just a cute little thing. Yes. Okay. There we go.
Come here, girl.
They're all in there getting rowdy. This is when they're fun, when they get to be about 5 weeks old and on. They really play a lot. Puppies, so they can be a huge laugh. And it's the trade-off that we get, I guess, from cleaning up after 5 puppies. So at least we get some joy out of it.
Eli says, I don't think anybody has ever tried raw oysters with Vienna chocolate and blue cheese.
I'm pretty sure of that. I might have actually got a first on that, Eli. And there's a reason for that, because nobody in their right mind would eat that.
And then he says nuts are so expensive.
Unbelievable what it costs in the grocery store for just a little 6-ounce bag of pistachios. It's unbelievable.
And then Edward told him, Eli, that sounds like something that Oscar the Grouch would have for dinner.
Which is what?
Whatever you just said. I don't remember now. Oh, raw oysters with Vienna
Oh,
chocolate.
right. Yeah, well, Edward, that is my promise for 1,000 subs. I'm going to eat raw oysters with Vienna sausages, with chocolate syrup and blue cheese dressing on the top. Yummy!
Crazy Dad said, "Oh, so cute." Buddy says hi, and then he says, "I think those puppies are bigger than Buddy."
Well, I don't know. How many pounds does Buddy weigh? And we'll start with that. Because I know there's a friend of mine down the road. They are already about as heavy as some of his Yorkies. 6-8 pounds.
Yep.
These pups will probably be 12 to 18 pounds when they're 9 weeks old. Daddy weighs 135. I wonder if I can get him to come over. Chumley,
This one girl has one
Come here.
laying on her and one chewing on her tail.
come here, Chumley.
Go see Daddy.
Watch out, buddy. Come up and say hi. Oh, goodness gracious. Can we turn? Turn. Oh. This is Chumley. Say hi, folks. Come on up. People haven't, there's some folks that never met you. Come on. Chumley the Wonder Dog.
Play.
Crazy kid. Well, we're starting to come up to the 2-hour mark. Just about finished up. If anybody has, as always, last minute comments, questions, dinner suggestions, now is a great time to do that. As always, Mrs. Old Guy and I really look forward to this every week. It is definitely the highlight. We definitely plan ahead of time for what we want to do, and it's something that we definitely enjoy. And without you people coming in on a regular basis and making this possible, it just, without you guys, it just wouldn't even be worth doing. So thank you very much from both of us. Something else, Mrs. Old Guy?
Eli says, I'm glad you switched to a 2-hour stream.
Thank you, Eli.
Crazy Dad says, Buddy is about 20 pounds. I have a big tomcat that kicks Buddy's butt. And then Edward said hi to Chumley. And then Eli says, I'm about to add those bacon bowls to the Thanksgiving menu. Thanks for proofing the recipe for me.
Okay, not a problem. You just might want to keep in mind that when those bacon bowls cook, they are going to start to shrink up, and you're going to want to allow for that. So, all right. Anything else?
John King says it's very cold here, Tom. That's it.
Well, thank you, everybody, and thank you, Edward, for subbing and hanging out with Old Guy on the Saturday night. I hope to see you again. Hope you become a regular and hope you like it here. I gets it. I'm done.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. As always, please go out and give back in your community. If it's an hour, whatever. Help out a neighbor, help out a food bank, help out a clothing bank. Just give back some way. Okay? We'll see everybody next Saturday night. Bye.